Hi everybody, it's me, Gwendolyn Cookin, and I am making kombucha. Yeah, so I've made it before, and I'm making it again, and I've done a couple tries, and some of them have not been perfect. So I am now on my third SCOBY from Amazon. The first two, I'm not sure, just wasn't working. But I thought I was doing a pretty good job, but it created mold, so I had to get rid of it. And I started again, and the last batch worked. So I started again, and now today it is time to strain it off and make another batch. But first, I am making the tea, and I want to show you. The kombucha uses a SCOBY. And the SCOBY is like a yeasty thing. The Y stands for yeast. So anyway, I use the black tea and sugar mixture. The yeast eats the sugar and then it changes and you end up with this wonderful probiotic drink. So what I have here, I have this black tea, simple, just from Walmart. I'm going to use 12 bags and then 2 cups of sugar. And that is what we have here, because I'm going to be doing 2 batches. Need to bring that to a boil. So I like to take the little tags off them. After the water comes to a boil, I will put these into the pot and let it like simmer. Well, I'll turn it off and let it simmer about 10-15 minutes, and then I'll add the sugar and then make it dissolved. And you have, you know, your smaller amount of your tea, and then you can add like some cold water to it, so that by the time it's time to put the SCOBY and the tea together that's left over from your last batch, it doesn't kill the SCOBY because it's too hot. So I'm going to get these done and get back to you. Ooh, almost all of them. Just about ready to boil. So these are my brewed kombuchas. Now I'm going to be doing a second fermentation to flavor it. And with that I have some, let's see, pomegranate juice and some mangoes that I'm going to do. This one here, I mentioned I had tried before. That is a SCOBY that grew on my second SCOBY purchase from Amazon. After I did the first brew with that mother's SCOBY for that one, I don't know, it molded the second time around, but the first time it worked. So here I have this SCOBY that grew in that second brew that I did in my other jar. So I saved it, and I saved the tea that was left over from that second brew, and I grew another SCOBY. So I actually have 2 SCOBYs, so that is why I'm making 2 batches. This is the jar that other SCOBY was in, and you can kind of tell that it actually has grown another little SCOBY in there. But this was a chai flavored one. And that's the jar that I used. And this was the other one that had the pomegranate smell in it. Or flavor, excuse me. Let's pour this out and see what we get. Oh, look at that SCOBY. It's stuck in there with the cinnamon. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, just a minute. Probably hurting that little SCOBY. Okay, I'm going to be gentle. Pulled out the cinnamon. Oh, SCOBY doesn't want to go. Oh, that's because I have a star anise. Okay, come on, little star. Okay, I got that star out of there. So what's happening here is the SCOBY is still there. So I'm going to actually regrow another SCOBY. I'm going to take these beautiful flavoring things out of here, like a star anise and some ginger and the cinnamon stick, and I'm going to get it into like another little pint type of jar with a wide top, because the wider I think the better. But let's add our tea bags into our steaming water. Get that off the heat. Okay, well, let's move on. Okay, so I have some information for you. I have been making the SCOBYs for a while, these kombuchas for a while, and I've really enjoyed them. And they're not for everybody, because sometimes the acid that's created can be hard on your stomach, but most people do well with kombucha. And because they do so well, there's been a lot of like studies and stuff on it, and I'm going to read some of the things that I found. All right, so we're making kombucha, and it's probiotic rich, which is really good for your gut health. And let's see, the SCOBY is the symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast. The fermentation creates some acids that protect your cells. The beneficial bacteria and yeast, it supports your gut health. It helps with healthy digestion. It helps boost your immune system. And let's see, I think I said, yeah, it supports the liver health. So there are lots of things that it does. And if you're interested, you can also check this out on the internet. I mean, most people know about kombucha, and most people understand fermentation and the process and how it's so good for you and all these wonderful things, and that's why we keep doing it. But this information that I got was from WebMD, focusing on cultures for health. Okay? All right. So this here is my kimchi pot. I got it at one of our local Asian stores. This is the lid. This is the cover. And this is my beautiful pot. So with this type of fermentation, you don't want it completely sealed. You want the air to be able to go through. So I'll have a cover on this when I get everything in, and I'll have a rubber band around it, but it's a breathable cover so that the gases can get expelled, as opposed to being stuffed in there like when you make sauerkraut or fermented pickles. Okay? This is the one we're going to put our old kombucha in with its little SCOBY and start a new batch. This beauty. Okay, everybody, we're going to start. We're going to pour our tea into here, and then I'm going to add some cold water. It's sweet tea. It is, just a repeat, I believe, the 12 bags with the water, the 12 bags of tea with the water, and then 2 cups of sugar. That's what I use for my ratio. Yeah, it's hot. I'm going to fill this up with cold water and then pour it in. I'm going to use my thermometer. Oh, I can still see that it's a little steamy, but if it's above 110, it's too hot. Yeah, it says 95.7, which is really good. Yay! All right. Okay, so this is the SCOBY we're going to use. Okay, so I'm going to bring this back a little bit. Bring this forward a little bit. So beautiful. I want you to see it. You can see the SCOBY in there. Oh, it's so beautiful. So beautiful. That's the original SCOBY that I bought, okay? So here we go. Yay! So you need to add some starter tea also. So I'm going to get some of that. I'm going to get about, you know, just about like what that one looks like, okay? I mean, you can use more if you want to, and I probably will. It's a big vessel. Okay, I'm happy with that amount. So now I'm going to put my cloth on here. This is just an old bed sheet that I cut up. And I've got my rubber band. Alrighty, now this one will go to sit. And this one we will put into these jars again and add some flavoring. So with the second fermentation, you do want to capture the fizzy fizz. So I have the lids, I have the pomegranate, and then here is some frozen mango that I'm going to cut up. And you do want to add a little bit more sugar so that it can just do a little bit more fermentation, which is why I also got that other SCOBY from the other time, and also to make the fizz. You do really want everything to be clean and safe so things don't get involved with the SCOBY, because that is also why mold can happen. So we don't want that, because then you feed it to the garden. Okay, put this one away. This is going to be my measure for my sugar. Let's do it. One second. antioxidant superpower. 100% pomegranate juice. Excellent. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to stir the SCOBY up. You want to fill it to about here, because it will get under pressure, and if you're not careful, it can explode. But to stop the fermentation from happening and more CO2 happening, that's when you put it in the refrigerator. So it's about maybe 4 or 5 days of this second fermentation. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna do the other one. There we go. Okay, so like there's little stuff going to be floating in here besides that. And when I bought these bottles, I actually made my own SCOBY from this. By just keeping that little fuzzy stuff from the bottom of it and just again recreating the tea and the sugar and letting it sit, and I grew my own SCOBY. But this time around I was a little concerned because my kombucha the first time it started to get very vinegary and I did not like that. So I decided to try Amazon SCOBYs. So I have some tea in here, and what we are going to do is do this with the other tea. And that's going to go into here, and then the sweet tea, and then we're going to add the cold water, and then we'll have our second kombucha brewing. Need to dissolve the sugar before we get it into the other pot. So we're back at it. Here we are at the end of the day working on the kombucha. Here we have what's left of that other bottle. I got those spices out of there, the star anise and ginger and cloves and cinnamon. And I think it looks really great. It's totally going to develop a SCOBY. There's lots of like little stringy pieces in there, and yeah, looking good. Here's our other jar. There's the SCOBY. It's got some bubbling action happening. The yeast is working, the bacteria is working. And now we're going to add our tea. I'm going to take off this cover. Set it somewhere special so it doesn't get messy. Okay. See how well this is going to work. Here we have it. That says kimchi. We got this jar from the Asian market, not too far away. So I left for work this morning about 8:30 and now it's 5 o'clock. So I'm not going to measure the temperature of the tea. It's done. It's going to sit. There is the SCOBY master. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. See all those floaters in there? It's looking good. Just a little bit more. Perfect. So I'm going to put the last of the tea into my beautiful kimchi pot. Yes. Oh, perfect. Beautiful. Then I'll put the cover back on and get it back into position, and then I'll show you where they are fermenting. Here they are, fermenting away. We'll check them in about a week for the kombucha, the first brew. The second brew, I'll check them in about 3 days. Well, it's been about 3 days and flies everywhere, but the kombucha is ready for a taste test. This beautiful one is the one that has the pomegranate in it, and you can kind of see there's a little red being created on this top of the SCOBY. You know, there was sugar in here, so that the yeast started to act upon it, and it created another SCOBY, just like I showed you before with separating the particles. Let's see, a clove and cinnamon and star anise and ginger from the other one. This is the same thing that's happening, but I haven't opened it yet, and there should be a fizz. It's the carbonation that a lot of people like to have with their SCOBY, with their kombucha. Okay, here we go. Did you hear that? There was some carbonation. Fizz. Smells really good. It's very subtle. I like it. It's yummy. It's yummy. Oh yeah, I would do that one again. So this particular bottle, I will put this into smaller bottles, and we will get it into the fridge so it doesn't start doing a whole nother action here. And then we can drink it through the week. Now this one is the mango. Mango looks used up. There's some of this little floaty stuff on the bottom. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that stuff, but it's like the sugar's been eaten up and released. Okay, here we go. Ooh, look at that. That's good. That's actually more of what you want to happen. Oh, oh, that's nice. Okay, let's try this one. First glass. Oh, this one's a little heavier. Okay. Oh, yay. It smells different than the other one. It's a nice carbonation. It's got a little bit more of a bite. I can taste the tea a little bit in this one. Mind you, both of those were the same. This one I still taste more tea. I'm not sure why. The pomegranate flavor is stronger than the other one. The mango is very subtle. So these are both winners. I will do both of these again. Okay, well, thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. And there's lots of stuff out there about how to do your kombucha. And it's good for you. Some people it doesn't work, but you have to try it and see how it affects you. Like, try a small one from the store, and if it works for you, maybe invest in a SCOBY and some black tea and make your own. Thank you for watching. Bye.